Good morning, millennials.
Good morning, millennials. I just realized I slept with my hair in a braid. What does it look like? Crazy?
No, it looks like a little unkempt.
Should I put it back in the low bun?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a little...
It's feeling like Miss Frizzle.
It's a little puffy.
Yeah, that's what it is. Ben is this summer for the first time experiencing like what it means to have Jewish puffy hair because like something changed in his hair. Maybe he's like getting older. His hair is so puffy, like he can't leave the house without literally looking like he got a perm.
No, but it's always been puffy. Remember that time we were gambling at the Borgata?
He looked crazy.
And he looked insane.
Yeah, but like that was bedhead. That wasn't like humidity, like poofiness.
Who knows what it was.
There's so much to discuss today. I am back in New York from the Kentucky Royal Wedding. We went to Pride yesterday. Taylor Swift is taking on the music industry literally on her back. And there's just so much to break down, so much to discuss, so much to gossip over that I truly am going to like have a burden on my shoulders until we talk about it all. Do you know what I mean? Like I woke up this morning being like, wow, there's a lot to discuss.
There's a lot to discuss. And it's not time yet to get into the Fast Five stories because
no, it's not.
We have so much catching up to do.
So much catching up to do.
What a long weekend. So much happened. You were in Kentucky for a week.
We were also in Minneapolis, Margot. Like, doesn't that feel like 6 years ago? I just have to say, Minneapolis Toasters are top 5 for me.
Really?
They fucking showed up when I needed them. I played my first comedy festival. Like, people from the festival were there being like, who the fuck is this fat bitch? And, like, the Toasters just, I got a standing ovation before I even started. Like, I just love the Toasters so much.
That is so nice. I do love Minnesota and those Minnesota summers.
Jackie, we experienced the Minnesota summers, and they're fucking brutal. They're so hot.
Damn.
So hot. Kentucky was worse, though.
Oh my God, Kentucky, like I can't even talk about. I don't know if you guys know this, I live in Kentucky now because I've been there for actually 7 days, partially by myself, which was really lonely, and partially with Ben, which was just as lonely because he was on his phone the whole time because there was like a whole free agent thing going on yesterday, and he was trying to compare how Kevin Durant going to the Nets is similar to Scott Borchetta selling Taylor Swift's music catalog to Scooter Braun, which made no sense. But if you are into sports or you just like, you know, the discussions of free agents, Ben and his friends are recording a new episode of The Schvitz tonight, going in on Kevin Durant, Kyrie Irving, the Nets of it all.
Kawhi
Leonard. So look out for that, The Schvitz. It'll be probably coming out tomorrow at 3 o'clock, like always.
Yeah, crazy times. We saw Hugh Jackman this weekend.
Oh yeah, wow, so much did happen this weekend.
No, so much happened this weekend. Like it was NWO, and Sneetches had NWO and Pride, and it was a really fun weekend. Hugh Jackman was amazing.
He really blew my expectations out of the water. He's so talented.
Me too, and I was enjoying it there. And then I watched my stories back the next day, and I was like, I want to go again. Like it was so good.
I've heard rave reviews.
It was so good. It's not every day that you see a 50-year-old man tap dancing at Madison Square Garden.
A 50-year-old straight man.
Right. It's just like
allegedly,
and it's not every day you just see a chorus line of tap dancers at Madison Square Garden. Like it was
true,
just exciting.
It's true showbiz. Like
it was really
talent.
Theatrical. It was like Broadway, and it was a treat.
Did you get drunk?
I didn't drink, but
you didn't?
No, I haven't been. I didn't. I've just been trying to drink, not at all.
Just drinking at home.
No, just like not drinking when I don't need to drink. Like I didn't drink yesterday at Pride, and I'm just like tired of being tired. I'm sick and tired of being sick and tired.
I'm definitely tired of like drinking outside, like being in like sticky restaurants on chairs that hurt my back. But like, I think there's an underrated activity in drinking at home.
Oh, for sure. But like when I'm at home, that's when it's like, you know how people say I don't need to drink to have fun?
Yeah.
I don't need to drink to be home.
Well,
you know?
I've been discovering all new sorts of wine. I don't know, I'm turning into a little bit of a wino. People have been calling me Amy Winehouse. And the summer is the best way to discover new wines you're guaranteed to love with First Leaf, the wine club that lets you use your feedback to curate wine selections to your unique tastes. Whether you're entertaining company or enjoying a warm summer night at home, First Leaf makes buying great wine easy. By rating the wines you receive, First Leaf determines your likes and dislikes, and they only send wines you love. I started by taking the First Leaf wine quiz to assess our exact wine drinking preferences, from sweetness to styles to red to white. We love a quiz over here. It makes me feel seen. It makes me feel heard. Sign up with our link and you'll get an exclusive intro offer. 6 bottles of wine for only $29.95 plus free shipping. Just go to tryfirstleaf.com/toast. That's 6 bottles of wine for only $29.95 plus free shipping at tryfirstleaf.com/toast. We got our bottles about a week ago. Hey. And it's been really premium. Anything delivered to my door, especially alcohol, I can get on board with. So this was a very easy partnership.
Very easy partnership.
And anything with a quiz.
Anything with a quiz, like truly. Also, I'm not pregnant, for those of you speculating. If you saw me ripping a Juul yesterday, you would think differently.
Do people think you're pregnant?
Yeah, because I just said I'm not drinking. But like, you guys, really? No. Are we that, like, barbaric that we're either drinking or pregnant?
No, it's so crazy. Like and I don't know when like speculating that someone was pregnant like became an insult, but like it's definitely an insult.
No, it's like, who are you? You know?
Ready? I got the most insane comment on my picture from Pride yesterday. I hate to even give it air, but it was so stupid that I have to talk about it. It was like referring to my outfit or something, and they're like, no shade, but this is much better than your outfit to the wedding. I'm like, okay, but you just said something mean, and that is shade. It's like, you're not very smart because you're literally saying the opposite of what you're saying. Do you know what I mean? Like, no shade, but here's something shady. So if you're gonna be mean and leave a comment on my picture, you have to be smart. You know, that's the only rule, which is really hard for people who leave mean comments because that's like the one thing they're not capable of doing. But I just felt like I was really annoyed at the lack of intelligence in that comment, and it pissed me off.
Yeah.
I don't care if people like my dress to the wedding. Like, fuck you, I looked absolutely amazing.
Apples and oranges, my friend.
Right. What are you talking about? I'm at Pride.
Like,
wedding was yesterday. Keep up. Pay attention, please.
Counselor Snitch, you put your mic on. Good.
Yes, I saw you trying to get my attention.
She wasn't wearing her mic. Imagine if she went this whole episode without a mic. And she's going to get so passionate.
Margot wanted us to put a trigger warning on this episode because she's about to be triggered.
I'm about to be triggered by my sister Jackie. I know it. I feel it coming.
I feel it coming too. And you know what?
I actually feel like I am really in the middle.
Actually, here's the thing. I think that on the world...
We're referring to Taylor Swift.
We're referring to the Taylor Swift saga. On the world scale, I'm in the middle. And in the Steenie scale, you are in the middle, because I'm in the middle, and now you're in the middle of the middle and Taylor.
You know, I'm in the middle of you two.
Yeah, but like she's firmly Taylor, I'm the middle, I'm like having no horse in this race, and you're middle Taylor.
Okay, we're gonna talk about it. We're gonna break it all down because like I literally couldn't sleep. I was feeling so devastated and heartbroken about like what's going on in the world of the music industry. And all I can say is good morning to everyone except for Scott Borchetta.
Yeah, and that's what Theo had to say this morning. He was pissed, and I think that's a good place to start.
Oh, but wait. Can we also talk about how this morning we found out that Joe Jonas follows Theo on Instagram? Do you think Theo's going to send him a wedding gift?
I think that Theo should. Like, it would be rude if he didn't.
Yeah.
So I think he just is a big fan of premium content, you know? And
I think so, too.
He respects the hustle that Theo puts in. Like, Theo had a big weekend. He was, like, really thirsting out all weekend. You know, when, like, bloggers, like, get dressed up and do a bunch of outfits for a photo shoot?
Like mother, like son. We were both thirsting out all weekend.
No, totally. And it paid off because, like, he was just being premium. His flow was popping, and I just love him.
How was your nephew's weekend out, even though Jackie can only get halfway through it and she dumped him at Margot's?
Okay, I did not dump him. Because
I was happy to take him.
She was so happy to take him. And I had him 2 nights, which is what I was supposed to have originally, but then you guys added another night because Ben wanted to go out with his friends.
What?
Yeah. I was supposed to get him on Friday because Ben left on Friday. I got him on Thursday.
But why?
Because I saw in Ben's story he was like out keto seasoning, eating tuna with mercury poisoning.
What? Oh my God, that's the worst part of what you just told me. I'm gonna kill him. You know they had to send his mercury levels to the State Department because it was so high that they had to alert the government? And fucking Ben is sitting over here eating tuna salad. I'm gonna kill him.
If anyone's gonna have mercury poisoning, like it should be him. Like,
of course.
No one eats more fish than that man. So
oh my God, I'm furious. I'm gonna kill him.
Anyway, so I did have 2 nights with him, and by Saturday, like Snitch did really want him, and we had exhausted all options of sleeping arrangements at my house without like, you know, driving Zach to the couch. Hotel. No, he went to the couch. Next was the hotel. So we got it. But we had a really fun day. We had such a fun day. Like aunt, uncle, and nephew, we took him to the seaport. Like he had 5-star cuisine at Jean Georges, and like he said that the pup tartare.
You know, you guys are just such different like babysitters. Do you know what I mean? Like you like are out and about all the time, but you're also calling me all the time. Being like, Theo woke me up. I'm like, so survive. Margot,
I did not call you saying
Margot
Theo
doesn't leave her house, but Theo doesn't bother her. You know?
I'd never called you saying Theo.
No, but you were just like you had lots of concerns. You know?
Yeah, because I'm concerned about your child.
I mean,
sorry.
This is the thing. The key to being a dog mom is just like they're fine. You know?
It's true.
It's like I used to, every time I was sitting on the couch and Theo would be walking around me, I would have to like watch him until he sits down. Like he's fine, you know? Just like whatever. He's alive.
Okay.
That's all that matters.
But did you die? No.
For now. Anyways, it was a great weekend, but I think it's time.
Oh, do you?
I do, because it's like we're all just
circling the
drain.
drain.
It's like the elephant in the room.
Okay.
And I think it's time to deliver. Actually, I know it's time to deliver the fast-sized stories that you need to know before you wake up and take a bite out of your morning toast. Okay, everyone's worried that we're not going to recap Jax and Brittany's wedding and Pride, and like, you guys, gird your loins.
It's fucking 10:42. Like, we have over an hour. Don't worry.
Okay, but I'm getting ready because I'm going into the ring with Counselor Snitch. Anyways, the way that I've decided to report on this story is to read everyone's statements word for word. Okay?
Oh my God, that's gonna take us forever.
No, but it's important. It's important.
Okay.
First up, it all started yesterday morning, Sunday
Wall
morning,
Street Journal.
June 30th, when Taylor Swift posted to her Instagram story with a swipe up link to her Tumblr page. The Tumblr post said, she's a blogger now, by the way.
She's always been a blogger.
For years I asked, pleaded for a chance to own my work. Instead, I was given an opportunity to sign back up to Big Machine Records and, quote, earn one album at a time, one for every new one I turned in. I walked away because I knew once I signed that contract, Scott Borchetta would sell the label, thereby selling me and my future. I had to make the excruciating choice to leave behind my past, music I wrote on my bedroom floor, and videos I dreamed up and paid for from the money I earned in bars, then clubs, then arenas, then stadiums. Some fun facts about today's news. I learned about Scooter Braun's purchase of my masters as it was announced to the world. All I could think about was the incessant manipulative bullying I've received at his hands for years. Like when Kim Kardashian orchestrated an illegally recorded snippet of a phone call to be leaked, and then Scooter got his two clients together to bully me online about it. See photo. The photo is a FaceTime of Justin Bieber FaceTiming with Kanye, Scooter, and a man in the middle, saying, caption, Taylor Swift, what up, on his Instagram. Or when his client Kanye West organized a revenge porn music video which strips my body naked. Now Scooter has stripped me of my life's work that I wasn't given an opportunity to buy. Essentially, my musical legacy is about to lie in the hands of someone who tried to dismantle it. This is my worst case scenario. This is what happens when you sign a deal at 15 to someone for who the term loyalty is clearly just a contractual concept. And when that man says music has value, he means its value is beholden to men who had no part in creating it. When I left my masters in Scott's hands, I made peace with the fact that eventually he would sell them. Never in my worst nightmares did I imagine the buyer would be Scooter. Anytime Scott Borchetta has heard the word Scooter Braun escape my lips, it was when I was either crying or trying not to. He knew what he was doing. They both did, controlling a woman who didn't want to be associated with them in perpetuity. That means forever. Thankfully, I am now signed to a label that believes I should own anything I create. Thankfully, I left my past in Scott's hands and not my future. And hopefully young artists or kids with musical dreams will read this and learn about how to better protect themselves in a negotiation. You deserve to own the art you make. I will always be proud of my past work, but for a healthier option, Lover will be out August 23rd.
I mean, if anything, this is just like so much incentive for her to release like 10 albums right now, like maybe the All Too Well extended version that like definitely exists that we don't have yet. Like that way she could own it, you know?
Or just
Re-release.
re-record. That's what
I could
JoJo
use
did.
a brand new Out of the Woods, like the tour version, so badly.
Definitely.
Better Man, done.
So she's making a lot of claims here.
Yes.
She's making a lot of claims. First of all, that Scooter Braun has been bullying her. Second of all, that Scott Borchetta like sold her her life's work out from under her, like not giving her
The opportunity to buy it.
She not giving her the opportunity to buy it outright just to earn it. She also said that she did not know about the news until it broke with everyone else.
And she also, most importantly, said she offered many times and tried to figure out a way for her to buy the masters, but was brutally rebuffed.
Brutally rebuffed. Okay, so when you first read this, and I read this yesterday, I was like, wow, this is really sad.
No, this is, remember that movie, 50 Feet from Stardom?
No.
About the backup singer who like just couldn't get out of a contract, and like she really was meant to be like the next Aretha Franklin, but because of the contracts, like it was just like one of those stories where it's like, what's that thing where it's like Phil Spector, is that him? We have to like, no, maybe not Phil Spector, whatever. Like it's just like one of those horrible things where like you have to, oh, Dr. Luke, like you have to work with your worst
Enemy.
nightmare.
Yeah. And when I first read it, like I've always really liked Scooter Braun just from afar.
No, same.
And respected him. So this was actually another, cross to bear. It's like a Kim Taylor situation where it's like, wow, two people that I respect and I enjoy don't agree with each other. One has to be wrong and one has to be right.
Yeah.
And it was hard for me to even take a firm stance, like as much as I wanted to support Taylor, because I was like, I feel as though Scooter's kind of not a bad guy.
Right, no, there was like this narrative that in her tone, and then all the people who spoke out afterwards, like that, yeah, everyone knows Scooter's a bad guy. I'm like, oh, do they? Because I didn't know that.
No,
I've heard that I always liked him up until this whole thing happened.
And
But
love
I've
his
heard that
wife.
he's slimy. In the way that how he forced Justin Bieber to continue on the Purpose World Tour when he literally was having a mental breakdown, but then he stopped, and he forced Ariana Grande to put Ghostin' on her album.
Okay,
even
I
though
heard
it was
that
her
too,
most
but-
personal, and she said she didn't
But
want
if
to.
you know that, it's probably not true.
Maybe, but I think that there's a reason why everyone quickly, like Beyonce and them, like unfollowing.
So now there's all these rumors that like Rihanna unfollowed, Harry Styles unfollowed. I don't know if that's, where are we hearing these facts? Because how do we know they ever followed them in the beginning?
I'm sure Stans, like, honestly keep track.
Okay, so now everyone is speaking out. Justin Bieber posted something that, he
Escalated the entire thing.
Yeah, well, no, he was defending Scooter, who's obviously his friend. He first apologized for that post to begin with, which was a mature thing to do. He was like, it was stupid. Scooter actually advised me not to post it, whatever, and that Scooter's a good guy and he's never had anything but respect for you.
But no, his post was starting off being an apology and then quickly became like more of an attack.
Yeah, just a defense of Scooter.
Yeah, whereas like it was like, I'm sorry, but like that doesn't always count. And I feel like this entire situation is really annoyingly like misdirected. Like, why is nobody talking about the evil that is Scott Borchetta? That's where I feel like I'm a Taylor apologist, always and forever, stand till I die. But I really feel like, and she knows when she says something like the followers will be gaslit and lit the fuck up and giving death threats and all that shit because we live in the most fucked up world ever. But I really feel like the target of her attack really should have been Scott Borchetta. Scooter Braun doesn't owe Taylor Swift anything. They don't know each other. They've never worked together. Like, he's just a random buyer in my eyes. But Scott Borchetta created Taylor Swift's global brand alongside her. Scott Borchetta was a freak with an afro until Taylor Swift gave him a platform. Like, he is just as much in debt to her as she is to him. Like, he made her and she made him. So this betrayal for me is so on Scott Borchetta's brain. Like, I can't even begin. And I wish she would direct half of the anger she has towards Scooter towards Scott, because the way that, okay, I can't even talk about the Kanye Kim Taylor thing because it's the one thing that I don't want to talk about. Like, I just can't.
No, but she keeps talking about it. It's like,
no, but I'm saying she keeps blaming Scooter Braun for things that Kanye West and Justin Bieber did.
no, and she like
He's not God.
Okay,
He's their manager.
The Kim and Kanye thing happened. She took a year off. She put out a whole album about it. She took another year off. A year and a half off. She's putting out another album, and she's still the one who keeps on going back to it. When it's like we're all moving on with you. Like, we all want to forget it, and you keep reminding us. And by the way, like, it was your least flattering moment that you keep reminding us about. And it's like she keeps saying she's moved on. She turned the snake into a thing she can laugh at in arenas, and she's gotten over it. She has not gotten over it.
No, she has not gotten over it.
And now she's blaming Scooter. And I want to read Yael's post because I think it's important.
Okay.
Scooter's wife posted and then deleted an Instagram notes screenshot
But now
that
it's
is
back, right?
fucking pertinent to the situation. What?
She deleted
back,
it and then
right?
archived it, so it's like back,
Oh,
but it
so
doesn't come up on feeds anymore.
It's back in the biz. Okay, good, because I think it's pertinent. I've never been one for a public airing of laundry, but when you attack my husband, here we go. Let's start with Taylor Swift. Whoa. Then let's get the facts straight. You were given the opportunity to own your masters. You passed.
Wait, can I pause? Mm-hmm. I just think everyone is giving like their own statements that are so one-sided. Like, yes, Taylor Swift was offered when she was shopping around her new record label. Big Machine made her an offer, and the offer was basically, you continue to stay with us, and we'll sell you back your albums with each new one you give us. Basically, you can earn it back.
Okay, that's what she said, but Scott Borchetta said something else.
Scott Borchetta
he
released
said the
one
same thing.
page of like probably a 50-page contract just to support his side. Like, everyone is being so
Scott
one-sided.
Borchetta did not say one thing that contradicted anything that Taylor said.
No, but he said, like, he gave her the opportunity to get them back, but not in an album for album sort of way, because that's not how contracts are going to work anymore.
Okay, but Taylor said that that's 100% how they phrased it, that she had to earn it back. And Scott Borchetta released one page, like literally with 2 paragraphs of an entire contract. To me, that doesn't prove anything. That just proves that if you want to be proof, give me the whole thing. I want the entire contract. I'll have my lawyers go over it.
Okay. You were given the opportunity to own your masters, you passed. Interesting that the man you're so, quote, grossed out by believed in you more than you believe in yourself. Your dad is on the board and was notified, and Borchetta personally told you before this came out. So no, you didn't find out with the world. And girl, who are you to talk about bullying? The world has watched you collect and drop friends like wilted flowers. My husband is anything but a bully, but he spent his life standing up for people and causes he believes in. Scooter, was so excited to work and build with you. How embarrassing this temper tantrum is because you didn't get your way. He believes in and supports you. I sincerely hope you can learn to love and believe in yourself the way my husband does. Lastly, if you think he can control his clients, please control your fans. Leave our personal life and kids out of this. You don't understand yet what line that crosses, but one day you will. And I hope you have the dignity, class, and kindness to leave your fans out of this and have an open discussion. Tumblr can't fix this. A phone call can. Wait, there's one more slide in her post about the Kim Kanye thing that I just thought was pertinent. Yes, there is.
Yeah,
she said, beyond that, it's easy to see that the point of putting this out was to get people to bully him. You are supposed to be a role model, but continue to model bullying. He's a manager, not God. He cannot control the actions of other humans, even ones he manages. Don't blame him because Kim caught you in a lie. It's embarrassing, I know, but adults own up to their mistakes. We learn and grow from them. We don't divert, blame, and blur the lines of reality to suit our needs. What you haven't seen is what happens behind closed doors when he has supported and stood up for you, when he has challenged his clients to be kind or be quiet, when he has reached an olive branch out to you on numerous occasions.
Okay, I don't necessarily believe that like Scooter Braun is like the Taylor Swift #1 fan behind the scenes, like making all these things happen for her. Like I don't think he really cares about her.
Also,
honestly.
if that were true, then Taylor wouldn't be doing this. Like that makes absolutely no
that I
fucking
don't
sense.
understand. But I'm just, first of all, I don't like. There's one thing I don't like in that. That was very well said. She made her point. I just don't like that she referred to it as a temper tantrum because she didn't get her way. Like if at the end of the day all Taylor wants is to own the work that she created, like that's not a temper tantrum. Like that's fair. Do you know what I mean?
No, I was
And the
so
fact
upset by
the-
that. It's
the-
not a temper tantrum. It's her whole, like literally her legacy.
The fact
was
that
sold. She can be upset.
The fact that the music industry doesn't work like that is fucked up. And that's what Taylor's like mission in life has been, like give artists the credit they deserve, the percentage they earn, like the Spotify streaming, like that's always been her platform. So this is very on brand for her. So I just don't like that it's being referred to as like her being a bitch, like throwing a temper tantrum because she was, put out by Kim and Kanye 5 years ago.
But if that's all, that's what she wrote. Like she didn't write artists don't have a say. The system is fucked. Blah blah blah. She could have written that essay. Instead, she wrote Scooter's been bullying me. He was on Kanye's side. Like she made it petty and personal when it could have been just an abstract thing about why didn't I get the chance to pony up $300 million and buy my own rights?
Because she could have afforded it.
And I also want to say, and I know you disagree with me, is like. This happens in the music. I know that she is by far the biggest artist at Big Machine, but this happens in the music industry. This happens in the world. People buy companies. You get bought by a company that you don't want to work for. Blah blah blah. Like this is just business. Like everyone, it's part of being an artist. Someone else is like she's.
But she's trying to change business, and the only
No,
way
but
to
like,
change
she
business
didn't
is.
change. She's not changing business with her petty bringing it back to Kim and Kanye again.
That I couldn't agree with more.
She's doing nothing with that. And I also want to say
that was what I wanted to say here today. All of this is being misdirected.
because of what she said.
Yes,
because of how
100%. I agree with everything Taylor stands for and what the point was, but I think the way in which she went about arguing this made no sense. Like, she should have just spoken about how she should own her masters because that's what the music industry should be, and that's what she's working towards. Like, making it about drama from 5 years ago, like, is pointless to me. And that is what turns it into this shit show.
No, and it's just like when she does things like this, when yes, in hindsight she should have said it differently, but she spent out like so much time crafting this. She is very meticulous. So it's like this was what she wanted to put out there. Like she's still so petty and like you think she's come so far. You read like her 30 for 30 thing in Elle, and like she seems mature and over it, and she took away like life lessons from that situation with Kim and Kanye, but then like she just goes back to that like girl who's just not mature, you know?
I didn't want to talk about this for a reason.
We have to talk about
I
this.
tuned her out a long time ago.
No, I literally can't because you want to know why? Like, it pains. It literally. I'm gonna stab myself. It pains me to say, Jackie's making some excellent points.
No,
For all this growth that Taylor has had, and I really like believe in her, and there is so much growth. Like, what is you doing? Like, I can't.
No, I mean, the point is that it's Scott Borchetta's fault, and that's
She didn't
it.
say that either.
I mean,
had
she
this
did,
whole
but she just
she never
also
writes
put
an
it on
essay
Scooter
where
Braun.
she explains herself. She rarely writes an essay where she explains herself and she's always with her clues and her findings and take from it what you will. But she literally sat down and told us what to think. And she didn't harp on the right things. She just went back to the dumb shit.
No, and it's like the people around Taylor are the ones defending her most and really making the most articulate points. Like Martha Hunt said, like, you deserve to own the art you create. Like, we live in this fucked up world, especially the music industry, where like these random, literally 5 white dudes in the world own like all the music of people who like, and that's the real point here. And it's like everyone around her is making these poignant points about, about the music industry, about what artists should own, and it's like her response was just like, it was a bit of a letdown for me.
I agree. And I thought
That's all I'll say.
Yael's piece was very well said. And also, it really does
I
bother
disagree.
me.
I think hers was as petty as Taylor's.
No, I think she addressed Taylor's petty points. Therefore, she's talking petty.
And her bringing
Wait,
up
but
that
I
she
hate
brought
when
up...
people pretend to take like a moral high ground over someone, like you're being petty, and but I'm gonna be petty and pretend I'm better than you. Like that, I don't like.
And then
No,
her
I just
saying-
can't.
and then her saying-
I literally can't because you want to know why?
Okay, but you know who's not doing that?
I can't.
You know
I
who's not
literally
doing that?
can't.
You know who's not doing that? You know who's not saying you're being petty and I'm going to take a moral high ground, but I'm also going to be petty? Is Scooter Braun, who has said nothing.
Oh, Scooter Braun has said nothing except through proxies of Justin Bieber, of Demi
Demi
Lovato,
Lovato.
and his wife.
That's
That
horseshit.
I do not think...
I can't talk about this because
Okay.
you want to know why? I like Scooter Braun, and I like Yael, and I love Taylor, and I like Todrick, and I like everyone. And why can't everyone just get along? Because it's painful. I literally had to pick this this morning being like, what am I going to say?
Yeah.
I act like this is the Today Show, but whatever.
Yeah. No, it is. It is.
I can't. I really, like, this is upsetting. And I'm mad at everyone, okay?
I agree. I understand.
Like, why am I being put in this position? I just want to enjoy music.
I know, and that's like what's really frustrating. But then I also have to think there's so many artists as big as Taylor, Adele, Beyonce, etc. And
But who
what's
owns Adele? Who
right,
owns
like
Beyonce's masters?
Right. What's that process
She
like?
definitely
is
does.
No.
Yeah.
Does she?
I don't know. Like, her and her husband are so
okay. Maybe now
business-minded.
they're with Jay-Z. Fine. Adele.
I don't
Where-
know, but I
like-
think Taylor got fucked because she made the record deal so young that she didn't know. So maybe like most people own their masters.
Renegotiate. Like, maybe Adele doesn't own her first album.
Right.
But after its success, she
But Taylor had signed on to a 6-album contract, so she had no choice, I think.
And I just want to give an honorable mention to Casey Musgraves because
No, I don't.
She unliked
no,
it.
she
did?
She unliked it.
Oh, she had liked Yael's post. It has nothing to do with that. She has a song called "Good Old Boys Club" that has the shadiest lyric.
Any part of a big machine don't sound like fun to me. Don't want to be a part of the good old boys club. She
And I
really
have to say,
predicted this.
She's the soothsayer.
Yeah.
It was like a shady lyric towards Big Machine Records, which at the time people thought was like shady towards Taylor, but no, it's part of the Big Machine.
Yeah.
And the Good Old Boys Club, which is exactly what this is. And I'm not convinced that Scooter Braun is the devil, though.
No, me neither, and I never was.
But people are really trying to like paint it that way. Like, fine, like it's like him next.
And maybe it's just like the Jew in me, but everyone like coming for Scooter, like calling him the word slimy, like that has anti-Semitic undertones. I'm sorry.
Only concerned with his wealth and his ego.
I don't like that.
Oh, I didn't see that.
Todrick's post was like giving me like anti-Semitic
No,
vibes.
just like, oh, I'm on Tumblr and everyone's being like, slimy, slimy, slimy. Like, for some reason.
greedy,
the word
money, money, money.
The word slimy, like, definitely has anti-Semitic tropes.
Oh, well, I just used it, so I guess I'm anti-Semitic.
I think you are, Margot. And you know what? For that reason,
No,
fired.
like the narrative that he only cares about money. Like, I'm sorry, if you work in the music industry, what about Scott Borchetta only caring about money?
I'm sorry.
No one said that yet.
anyone with a job only cares about money.
No, totally. But like, no one saying Scott Borchetta only cares about money. Like, but he's the one who just sold it. He's the one who got 300 million.
I'm just feeling
If
a lot
anything,
of pressure.
Scooter cares about art.
I'm just feeling a lot of pressure because I just feel like, as like the resident Taylor stan, like I have to deny and just like,
Apologize.
You know what? I literally can't talk. That's it. I love Taylor more than anything in this world, and I ride or die for her till the day I die. Like I will be going to her concerts when I'm 80, but I just wish she. You know what? I don't even want to talk about it anymore.
No, we have to talk
I don't
about
wanna
it.
talk about it.
People are turning to us because people don't like. People just want.
Because everyone's feeling the same way. Like I just wish everyone could get along. Like,
Yeah, nobody wants
This is
this
torture.
conflict.
Yeah, this is like
We
this,
need Angie Cohen right now to host a reunion, and we just air it all out.
This
Receipts
is like
and
the
everything.
same sort of position as the Kim Taylor
Yes.
situation, where it's like I love both, and I don't want to take a side.
Yeah.
So, I'm not taking sides, but I'm just saying like, I feel bad for the Braun family. I think they had a hard day yesterday.
Me too. I think Taylor had a hard day too. Yes, everyone had a bad day except Scott Borchetta and him and his annoying fucking Instagram comments. Like, he left a comment on Scooter's Instagram, like announcing the merger, being like, "I'm even more excited about this after today." Like Scott Borchetta's like the nerd
He said that?
who finally gets like accepted into the cool crew and like sells his soul, just like in Walk to Remember, that kid who like literally broke his neck jumping off the thing just to be with the cool kids. Like that's Scott Borchetta. I don't fuck with Scott Borchetta. Like that's my only qualm of today.
Right, and like it could have been about Scott Borchetta, but she made it about Scooter. And
No,
that's
she
why,
made it about Kim.
And that's why we're talking about them. And also, her saying that Scooter has been bullying her really fucking bothered me because posting a picture and saying Taylor Swift, what up, I don't think is bullying. It's like when housewives, when people disagree with them, they're like, you're all bullying me. And it's like, no, you're being an asshole. So like, I think the word bullying is so overused, and her saying that Scooter Braun has, I don't know what's, aside from what she says goes on behind the scenes, what we've seen, which is him in an Instagram with Justin Bieber saying Taylor Swift, what up, like, yeah, that's like shady and stupid, but it's not like bullying. Do you know what I mean?
No, I mean, I think that she's like that instance, like Scooter Braun is a manager. Like he shouldn't be involved in shit like that, and that whole Taylor Swift what up thing, like that was mean. And that was maybe not bullying, but it was like bandwagon ganging up. Like when the whole world was turning on Taylor, like Justin Bieber and some manager too. Like it was just really unnecessary. And that was like the only point she really made that I think that I agreed with, but she just took it so far, took like that one thing. Like he deleted the caption, he was fucking 18, like who cares? But I don't know. I really don't want to talk about it anymore.
Okay, but like I'm just looking at this picture of the FaceTime, and now I'm starting to think logistics because Scooter's holding the phone. So it looks like Scooter and Justin were FaceTiming. This must have been the day after, or like right around when all the drama was happening. And Kanye happens to be in the room, so he pops in like, "Hey, Justin." Justin takes the screenshot, and then he posts that Taylor Swift, "What up?" Like, what part did Scooter?
That's what Yael's saying. He's not God, and that's what I say as well. It's like, why are we blaming Scooter for what his clients do? Scooter has 7,000 clients, one of them being Karlie Kloss.
Right, like technically, if we were doing that, we could blame Taylor, like Scott Borchetta, for what Taylor does.
Right. No, it's just like.
And the Karlie Kloss of it all. Can someone?
I don't know. I can't.
Because she hasn't made one comment, so I think that she is excluding herself from this narrative.
Yael and Scooter were at her wedding 1 week ago. Taylor was not.
Scooter manages her.
Yes, and has for a really long time.
But they can't all be best friends then. Like, Scooter and Yael can't be best friends with Karlie if Karlie's best friends with Taylor.
Now especially. And her and Karlie definitely took some time off, but Karlie went to Reputation Tour Nashville. Like, they got back together for a minute. Like, I don't know what's going on there.
But that was
Also-
over a year ago. I feel as though they might not be friends.
But maybe
right
when
now.
Yael said you drop friends like wilted flowers, she's talking about Karlie.
Oh.
I thought she was just talking about,
The
like
girl
the girl
squad.
squad who's in, who's out.
Right.
Alvida's in. But maybe she's talking about Karlie and she knows the tea.
She definitely knows the tea, that's for sure.
I need to talk to everyone, like just.
Okay.
For me, I need everyone to get along.
So in order to wrap this up, and we're going to do it on a positive note, if Taylor was watching, what would you say?
You're better than this. Like, you are literally, you have the potential to be like the greatest artist of our generation. Like, both from a business standpoint and from a creative standpoint. Like, act like it. Like, just get off your phone. Like, just write music. Like, you are so much better and more than this. And you don't need to be in the swamp on Tumblr, like, with your fans, like, fucking yelling at people. Like, just rise above. In the words of Michelle Obama, when they go low, Taylor, we go high.
But I do appreciate her shining a light on this music industry that is really so fucked up that, like, you could spend 10 years working on something and then someone else
Can own it.
Your worst enemy, whether that's validated, like, true or not, could own it. Anyone could own it except for you.
And that's
Yeah.
what happened to JoJo. She didn't own any of her old music. Like,
Okay,
Too
but
Little, Too
JoJo had
Late.
one song when
Right,
she
but
was
I'm saying,
12.
and she re-recorded and re-put it out because she could not get her shit. So this is like, so now, like, nobody cared what happened to JoJo, but now maybe Taylor will.
She's proven herself. She's actually able to, like, affect change in the music industry.
Yeah, the new label that she signed with, one of the terms of her contract was, I'll sign with you as long as you restructure your entire, like, streaming whatever with your clients. Now, everyone who works at that label got to benefit, every artist got, like Nicki Minaj, got to benefit from Taylor signing there. So she really is the best of intentions.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
She just needs a better
Method. And isn't that all of our greatest downfalls?
100%.
That is my life's issue. It's like, I have good points, and then I'm such an animal beast to get to that point that I lose all credibility.
Yes, which is a fair excuse for you, but knowing how meticulous and thoughtful she is, you can't actually use that excuse on her because she is very
I actually
filtered.
think she woke up yesterday morning and, like, didn't think and just wrote that.
Right, because it happened so fast.
No, I maybe she didn't think and wrote it, but then she thought, she doesn't put anything out without thinking about it. She sent it to people said yes, like,
Maybe.
I agree it was a stream of conscious, but, like, then she definitely thought about it. She's so filtered, things don't just, like, slip out of her.
Maybe.
She definitely has, like, some password protected shit, you know?
Right, like, are you sure you want to send this Tumblr post, Taylor?
Yeah. Think about it from the Morning Toast point of view. But I think being a true fan also
Is
means
knowing when to call people out. Like, I have to say, some of the best, I don't like just when people kiss our ass. Like, when I have to say something, Roman Polanski is not a great guy, I expect to be called out on it in a respectful way.
Yeah.
So there's a way of being a fan of someone's with not having to agree with everything they do, but to articulate it in a respectful way.
Yeah,
This has just been a really hard day.
I know. But I'm glad we got through it. I think
And at the end of the day, I hope this just goes away because it's annoying. But I hope Taylor gets her fucking masters.
Right. This might shine such a spotlight on it that Scooter will say, I will sell you your masters for cost, whatever
Well,
they
I
are
think
worth.
what happens next will be very interesting, and I think in the sake of kind of saving his reputation, I do think Scooter will reach out and offer to sell her masters at a very reasonable price, or like own them together, some joint venture. Just because I think like when he woke up yesterday and like everyone in the world just agreed that he was a piece of shit, like out of nowhere.
Yeah.
Like it's like everyone was saying it as if it was fact, and everyone's known that for years. I'm like, I'm very well versed in pop culture. I consider myself to be a staple of Hollywood industry, and I didn't know that.
No. And so
And I think that was partially her like prerogative. Was that like maybe nothing was happening behind closed doors, so she was like, I'm going to put your back against the wall publicly so that you sell me my masters, which could be what she wanted to do all along.
Well, then that's weird and calculated.
But
I
honestly,
don't like
I
that.
think he's a really good manager, and I think he would do good things for. Like, I think they should squash it. Maybe she could
Same.
use him.
I think maybe there's been resentment between the two of them forever because Scooter is known for representing everyone and anyone, and if you're legit, you're with Scooter, and Taylor never wanted to be a part of like the Hollywood in crowd. Like she's very much is her own whatever. So maybe there was resentment there. I don't know. I don't know. I really
I'm
want to
sure
stop talking
Scooter
about
would
it.
have loved to represent her.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, and she wasn't interested.
Right, but so then what she said, that can't be it because that wouldn't fit. That doesn't track.
Okay.
That's what so many shows have been saying. Has anyone noticed? I watch all of these shows now, and the characters say, that tracks. I'm like,
I've literally never heard
oh my
that.
God, I heard it on Jessica Jones. I heard it on Crazy Ex-Girlfriend. I heard it on, something else. I'm like, is this what we're saying now? Did anyone else realize this? Let me know. I thought, I didn't, where it's like, that makes sense, or like, that adds up. That tracks. And you know what? That doesn't track.
Yeah, no, the more I think about it, the more I'm really upset at the misdirection of anger. Because now that I think about it, like, really, Scott Borchetta is a piece of shit.
Oh, for sure, but I thought
Massive.
we all knew that.
You know, but it's like, why is it Scooter Braun's fault for just making a good business deal? Like, Scott Borchetta must have known there would be some sort of ramifications, especially from Taylor.
Like,
Someone just airdropped me a picture of a couple milkshakes, except...
Yum.
No, kidding, on decline.
Like, she could have written this thing and not had Scooter's name in it once. It could have been, Scott Borchetta sold my music, like, never gave me the opportunity to purchase them.
Didn't
like,
let me know.
Right. And, like, now all of my life's work is in the hands of someone that, I don't know, or that's not me.
I feel like we beat this dead horse. Like, I'm really ready to move
There's
on.
a lot of other things to cover.
Okay, Counselor Snitch. Love you all.
No, I think we're on a good page.
I just hate going up against Jackie. Like, you could murder
I hate
someone.
going up against you
You
guys.
could murder someone and you would come out right.
I think I have been very tempered here
I
today.
hate going up against you guys because, first of all, you're always like double teaming me, and it's like you don't even have to come up with an argument because you're like Taylor, and like now I have to hear like do my homework. Well, he invited her to One Love Manchester and she did not perform.
Oh, that was fucked up that he mentioned that, by the way.
Yeah,
Because I'm sure she donated a ton of money, and I think that was also when she was in hiding, so like she just like wasn't doing it. So like that was fucked up. That was a low
mentioned
blow.
that?
Scott Borchetta.
right.
Borchetta.
Yeah, because when I read that, I was like, okay, out of context, that looks bad, but that's not what. There's no way she just was like
She
not-
declined.
Right.
Peace.
Yeah.
Right. So, anyways,
Once again, Scott Borchetta, piece of shit.
Piece of shit.
everyone, moving on to our next
Oh wait,
story.
I just have one more thing to say. This is the saddest part of the whole thing. Rascal Flatts is part of Big Machine.
No, that's great. Rascal Flatts should be managed by Scooter Braun. Like
That's true.
He
Oh,
said
well, now
amazing-
Scooter Braun. Oh, that's true. Well,
he said
I just meant
amazing
that there's
things for
Scott
Zach
Borchetta
Brown
as well.
And now Florida Georgia Line they're a Big Machine too.
Interesting.
I think I think it'll be great. 11/11 Make a Wish. I wish that everyone works it out and
Me
that we
too.
don't get pulled in a million
So
directions anymore.
badly.
Like this is breaking up our family.
No, literally, like, look at yourselves, okay?
Like what you done?
Look what you made me do.
I can't.
We're pulling apart families, okay?
Oh,
Yeah.
she gave Ariana her plane for Manchester.
See?
Taylor.
I mean, yeah. So that like fucking Scott Borchetta with the lies.
Right, it's like everyone is releasing statements with half-truths that only benefit their side, and like that's what's so annoying, and that's why I feel so conflicted. It's like, I would very much like the whole truth and nothing but the truth, so help me God, and we'll never get that.
Because everyone has their different versions of the way
No,
that
but everyone
they
has receipts.
experienced it. Like Taylor has the way she saw that picture on Instagram. Scooter has the way he was in that FaceTime and probably like was like, guys, according to them, like no, like we're maybe he on that call we don't know what was said.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe they wanted to talk shit and Scooter was like, no, we're not talking about this. And Justin Bieber took the picture and posted it. I don't think like Scooter said, no, we're not talking about this. But everyone has their experience of the way that it happened, so there is no 100% truth.
There's 4 sides to this story. Taylor's, Scott's, Scooter's, and the truth.
Yeah.
We will never get this one. So let's just let bygones be bygones.
No, you have to use all three to like piece together what you can.
Well, my head doesn't
You have
work
to take
like that.
emotions out of it.
I can't do that.
Like, because if her emotions are just that Justin Bieber post and the Kim Kanye thing and now Scooter's her worst nightmare, like,
Let's move on.
let's move on.
Yeah, it's also...
Let's move on.
It's 11:50.
I told you guys who would give you what you wanted.
Next up, Vanderpump Rules stars Jax Taylor and Brittany Cartwright married in a beautiful Kentucky wedding, and Girl with No Job was there as the guest of honor.
I was there as the toast correspondent, the toast respondent, and as a guest, and it was just really, oh my God, excuse me, a beautiful weekend, really filled with love. Kentucky is warm as fuck, and I didn't get any fried chicken, so I feel like it was a total waste of time. But it was really fun. I got to hang out with pretty much everyone. There was lots of downtime. They were filming. I might be in the background, like, busting it down. Who knows? God willing. And I'm just really excited to see how they edit stuff, you know?
Yeah.
Because Tom Schwartz gave what was the longest and the worst toast ever.
I'm sure they'll make it like crickets long, like playing it over itself
Yeah.
to make it seem long.
And fucking Brittany's dad is the most precious gem of a man. I've loved him since the day I met him, which was yesterday. And something really interesting that I can't wait to see how they edit. So Brittany, I was at cocktail hour. Brittany's dad came up to me and Ben. He was like, "Who are you guys?" And we were like, "Oh, we're friends with Jax and Brittany." And he was so nice. He was just talking about how, at first when Brittany called him and was like, "I'm dating someone somewhat famous," he was like so concerned. But he learned very early on that like they're really perfect for each other. And he had such nice things to say. And he delivered a beautiful prayer at the ceremony. It was like really touching, like just really encompassed like who he was, who their family was. It was really beautiful. And then he told us, he was like, "I'm also gonna give one more before dinner. I'm so nervous." And he's like, "I'm also going to say a prayer for Lisa because she's going through a hard time with the loss of her brother and now her mom." And it was just like such a sweet sentiment, like really like precious.
Yeah, he sounds like precious gem of a man.
And we were about to eat and he said the prayer. And I was sitting at the table next to Lisa. Shep was at the table next to me with Lisa Vanderpump and Larry Burkhead. And me and Ben were at the table right next to it with Kyle Chan and a couple other people. So
Anyone interesting?
Yeah, this guy, he's an actor on the Goldbergs.
Oh.
Yeah,
Who
but
does
I don't
he
know. I
play?
don't watch that much.
What does he look like?
He looks like a guy.
Like
he actually
young
looks like
or-
Pete Bladell,
Young or
Kristen's
old?
boyfriend. Young.
Tall or short? Is it Barry?
Short? No. He's not one of the main characters.
Oh,
I've
okay.
seen. I'm gonna look it up. Actually,
Everyone's an actor on the Goldbergs.
Right, no,
apparently.
totally.
We're always meeting actors on the Goldbergs.
Well, I
I thought you were
said.
talking about the same one this
No,
whole time.
I
no, but
said-
he's with Lauren Elizabeth.
I said, "Do you know Sam Lerner?" Because I'm like, we just met. He was like, "Yeah." I was at Coachella, like whatever. I was like I was a Goldberg groupie. So the dad is making the prayer about like, "Thank you, Lord, for this beautiful day," and then he said at the very end, like, and also like a nod to Lisa and her family. "We hope you give her strength." It was really sweet. And I look over at Lisa and she was like not down like at all. And I'm not gonna take credit for this because Ben said he saw it and I didn't see it. And Ben is not the most
Reliable.
honest, but he said he saw her mouth so strange, which was so, if true, so rude. And I wonder if they'll edit that in, keep that out, like because they were filming her as they knew it was coming.
Yeah. Ugh, that is so weird. And what really like annoys me, I'm so glad that Lisa was able to make it because like she's like such an important figure in their lives. But like when she arrived, it was even looking on page 6, like Lisa made it to the wedding. Like this is a wedding of two like people. Their boss made it to the wedding, great, but like who cares?
No, it was like so anticlimactic, and I do have to say, I spent the entire weekend running away from Lisa Vanderpump. Not that I flatter myself at all to think that she knows what the toast is or what I've said about her over the years, but part of me thinks she's like in tune with what goes on, and she was giving me like some of the dirtiest looks ever, or maybe I was just being paranoid. I don't know, but I was talking to my friend Sean, and like he knows Lisa very well, and he called Lisa over, and like I turned bright red, and I just turned around, like I just couldn't be there.
I understand.
I'm so afraid of her.
I would be fucking terrified. Okay, so who did you spend the most time with? And
I spent from the cast, I spent the most time with Katie Maloney because she's a real one, and actually Kristen Doty. And I have to say, I think Kristen Doty might be one of the most misunderstood people in the world. She was so kind to me and Ben. Like, it's definitely an awkward scenario. Like, not everyone from the wedding is coming from different parts of the world. It's like you're on their terms. It's like it's their show. It was their thing, and so like I didn't want to be too annoying or too thirsty. Like I didn't show up to everything. And I know some of the cast members really well, and some of them not at all. Like I don't know Ariana at all, so I kind of like stayed away from her because I'm also scared of her. And then I ran into her at the wedding, and she literally couldn't have been a nicer, kinder human being who was so beautiful on the inside and outside. And I just like love her now. Like it's just so crazy how like you come up with these conceptions of people in your head based on like what you know about them from Instagram, and like it's just not real. You know,
That's crazy.
Ariana was a precious gem of a woman, so nice, so kind to me and Ben. Like introduced herself, I was like, oh my god, I love you. Like it's just so interesting. Kristen Doty, seemingly crazy, and she definitely is wild, you know, but a nice girl and a beautiful girl, and like was so happy for Brittany, was crying the entire weekend. Like she's stunning. Like just it's so funny what you think you know and you don't. You know nothing, Jon Snow.
yeah,
You know?
that's crazy. You also spent a lot of time with Shep.
Oh, I mean, I spent the whole weekend with Shep because we were
Boy
all...
with no girl.
Boy with no girl. And we spent the entire weekend together because, like, we weren't a part of the wedding party, so we were, like, really left to fend for ourselves. And, like, before Ben got there, like, me and Shep had the night of our lives. Like, we were just running around Kentucky, like, drunk and crazy, and it was so fun. Like, I really had a great time with him. And you know what? When he gets drunk, like, he tells stories. And
He's a talker.
they're so boring. Like, I literally recorded this thing. He was talking about his grandma fainted on a dock. Like, I literally had no idea.
That sounds crazy.
And the next morning, I'm like, you have to watch this video. He's like, I can't. Like, I know I get like that. He has the most boring stories, like, ever. And he was like, listen. And I'm like, I'm listening. I'm just, like, so bored by your stories. He was like, then my grandma fainted. I'm like, is she okay?
That is so hard for you, one, to listen, and two,
I
to
can't
something
listen,
bad.
period. Oh my God, yeah. But we just had a great time, and then Ben came, and we were like the three amigos, you know, like running around town. It was all in all just like a really great weekend. I was enjoying like watching everything I love like come to life.
Did it feel like you were in an episode of Vanderpump Rules?
No, because I wasn't. Like I was really
Was
not
there
a part
drama?
Of it. I don't know. I didn't ask. I was just like happy to be there, and I didn't want to be annoying and thirsty. And Brittany and Jax like are just such a beautiful couple, and Margaret will appreciate this. Like Friends, the TV show, is like so a part of their love story.
Yeah.
Like it was in her vows. She was like, "You're my lobster." When they introduced them as a couple, they introduced all the bridesmaids and groomsmen first, and they played the Friends theme song.
Stop. That's really cute.
And it's just like Brittany was so much a part of like her wedding planning. You could tell like to a T. Like the song that they chose to dance to. Is it Shania Twain or Martina McBride? It's still the one I want.
Shania Twain.
Just like such a cute country song, and the message of the song is like really so them. And like just after the wedding, I was like, I believe in them. Like I really do. Like, and people were writing me the nastiest fucking messages. Like I give it a year. Like fuck you, Sam from Africa. Like leave me alone. Like I believe in them. I believe in them wholeheartedly.
Yeah.
You know?
That's amazing. And I'm obsessed with the fact that they took over Kentucky in a castle.
Oh my God.
It was
My
like
Uber driver,
they were
everyone
the
knew.
They were the Joe and Sophie of Kentucky. Like what was going on in Provence for Joe and Sophie was going on in Kentucky, like with paparazzi and like fandemonium.
Yeah. Well, the fandemonium was really crazy because Kristen Doty was like really upset that there was like true crashers. Like there were people like coming into the castle, like being so crazy, and like there's fandom and then there's just like blatant disrespect, and like going into the castle, like taking pictures of the venue like as it was being set up, like just because everybody knew where it was, it's like people took advantage, and like it was really unfair. But it's actually really crazy how like the Vanderpump kids are like rock stars. Like there was an engagement like barbecue. And everyone went, and I guess like the town found out that everyone was there. So by the time the party was over at like 6 o'clock, it was still bright out. Like outside, it was like the way the Kardashians, like they leave their hotel and there's like people. That's what it was for Vanderpump. They had barricades. It was crazy.
That's crazy.
That's crazy.
That's really cool.
It was just I had a great time, and I love Jax and Brittany. And like by the way, Jax's sister is just like such a steen. Like I just fucking love her.
Is she a toaster?
I think. She said she was like a something, you know?
Oh,
like,
you said Brittany's friends are toasters.
Brittany's friends are toasters, which made me feel cool. Like literally the maid of honor, you know?
Yeah.
But Jax's sister is so precious and just like so beautiful. And I was telling her, I was like, I'm really so happy to be here. Like, I just feel this weird way about Jax. Like, I feel like protective over him, and like, I just love him, and I think he's such a great guy. She was like, he literally feels the same way about you guys. Like, I'm like, there's just this like mutual love, and like, people were so confused. Like, how do you know Jax and Brittany? I'm like, I literally know Jax because we both love each other so much.
Yeah.
And I love them, and like, I love him and Brittany, and like, I really believe in them. I believe in their love, and like, I think that they're gonna take it all the way. I'm now more than ever after watching them this weekend, like, even more cemented in the belief that like he is a changed man.
I'm cemented in the belief.
I don't know if that was the right way of saying it, but
No,
I am cemented.
It's the perfect way of saying it. Okay, well, let's move on to some more wedding news because Joe Jonas and Sophie Turner are married again.
By the way, Jax and Brittany, Sophie and Joe, David Foster,
Zoe Kravitz.
Zoe Kravitz. I think there was one more.
No, it was 4.
No, okay. So crazy.
So crazy. Their wedding, they got married at the Chateau in Provence that we all know inside and out from Real Housewives of Beverly Hills.
That is so crazy. It's like they're not more than one chateau.
And not in Provence.
It's a beautiful, beautiful chateau. And we've gotten no pictures like from them, just
Nothing.
from paparazzi. But like from what I'm seeing is that like Joe Jonas is the man of my dreams. And like if I wasn't so happy for Sophie Turner, I would be so fucking jealous. Like I love him. Yeah. Him and his dog. And I normally don't like a black tuxedo shirt under a black jacket, but he looks so fucking handsome. Him and his brother, it's the Priyanka of it all. Like I fucking stan.
I fucking stand. Sophie Turner is the woman of my dreams. So I'm just so happy like for them. They really are. They are like such rock stars. Mm-hmm. And I want to see more pictures. I want to get like inside. I want to know what it was like inside there.
Me too. I need photos. And like who was there? Diplo was there because he posted afterwards.
But he said that they took his phone, so I'm assuming they took
Which is so
everyone's.
funny.
So annoying.
Ryan Tedder was there.
Oh, he was?
Yeah, of course.
Of course.
Priyanka, obviously.
Yeah, Danielle.
the hardest
And
working woman.
for their rehearsal dinner, everyone wore white, and Joe and Sophie wore red.
Oh, cool.
Just is a
Who
cool.
from Game of Thrones was there? I haven't
Maisie,
seen
obviously.
anything except for
Maisie was a bridesmaid.
I haven't seen Maisie, and I need to know if Jason Momoa did double duty.
He definitely didn't, because I don't think him and Sophie Turner ever shot a scene together in their lives.
Right.
And
But
she
he
was
loves
also
his Thrones family.
But he was also like 11 when he was on the show, because he was on so long ago. She was still being a little bitch with Lady.
Okay, say they don't know each other so well, but so many many cast members are going to Sophie's wedding. Like, he could see his friends at Sophie's wedding. It's like, when you go, like, your friends
Okay,
are all
but
going to a
did
wedding.
they all go? That's the question.
We don't know. Like, I didn't see anything about
you think
Amelia,
Jon Snow?
Kit. I'm sure. Well, he's out of the center.
His facility, yeah.
Yeah. So, and they were close.
Okay. Also, do you know Maisie Williams was her maid of honor?
Yes.
Yes.
That is so cute. I'm trying
There's
to see.
like so many videos like on Refinery 29 Facebook that I get all the time, like on my targeted Facebook ads, about like the budding romance between Maisie Williams and Sophie Turner, about how like they're
I know.
ride or die best friends
Ride or
since
die.
the day they were born, and well, no, not the day they were born, the day that they started working together in Game of Thrones, and it's like so cute and precious.
Really cute and precious.
Mophie is what they call them.
Really cute. Okay, are you ready for our next story?
No, I want to keep talking about Joe.
I
I
know.
love him. Like, honestly.
But we're probably going to talk about it all week because stuff will come out.
Okay, 13-year-old me
wait.
is like devastated, broken in heart, but like also really happy,
Also, when they wore red to the rehearsal dinner, I was like, red dress.
High heel. Do you think she wore high heels?
Yes.
Sure.
Do you
And
think
a
she
red
wore
dress.
red dress?
Red dress. I
Oh
think
my
she
God.
did.
I think she did too. I think it was on purpose. It was definitely metaphor.
It was definitely on purpose. What was I going to say? Oh, did you see what E! News is doing where they like made a hashtag for them?
Turn her into a Jonas. I
And
thought
then-
it was a real thing.
And then they're commenting it on like their picture. They're trying to like curate the hashtag.
They made
Oh,
that
like
up.
for
I
them?
honestly thought like the fandom did.
No, they made it up, and it really caught on because it was a good one. But like, they're annoying.
No, and it's like, I don't think they wanted a wedding. They're like commenting on Joe and Sophie's like pictures as couple, hashtag Turner into Jonas. So it comes up in this feed.
That's like really aggressive. Like, what if they didn't want a hashtag? Like, what if they didn't want to have like this whole stop doing things for the bride. Like, there's enough people to do that. They don't need E! News, like a 20-year-old associate who runs Instagram, like making wedding decisions for them.
Yeah.
That's weird.
I thought it was like,
I would be annoyed if like people like were asserting, especially on social media, like on such a big platform, like asserting their branding on my wedding.
Well, I doubt Joe and Sophie have noticed, but like if they did, like they could delete it. But I don't think they would care. I mean, they're used to like fans and fan accounts. But I just thought it was like an interesting move.
Yeah, I don't know if they're used to fan accounts with 20 million followers.
No, I know.
It's like really aggressive and like borderline intrusive.
No, totally.
I'm not here for it.
Okay, next story. Kim Kardashian is rebranding her shapewear line Kimono. She posted to Instagram this morning. Being an entrepreneur and my own boss has been one of the most rewarding challenges I've been blessed with in my life. What's made it possible for me after all of these years has been the direct line of communication with my fans and the public. I am always listening, learning, and growing. I so appreciate the passion and varied perspectives that people bring me. When I announced the name of my shapewear line, I did so with the best intentions in mind. My brands and products are built with inclusivity and diversity at their core, and after careful thought and consideration, I will be launching my solution wear brand under a new name. I will be in touch soon. Thank you for always understanding and support always.
So me and Margot spoke about this on our episode in the back of a car. I hope you listened to it. It was really good audio quality. And what we said was that, am I the person to like judge whether or not kimono is offensive? No, I'm not Japanese and I don't know really what the meaning and the cultural like background of it means. But like I always think about it. Okay, let's say someone were to do something with a Jewish word. I'm so thirsty, I would have been like, yes, Kim, be Jewish, yes. But so while I don't necessarily understand or agree with the magnitude of like how people came for Kim, like she never had bad intentions, and that's what I'm glad she really addressed here. But like, I don't know, if you're gonna end up changing it, like why didn't you just think it through the first time?
Yeah.
It's like a pretty obvious reaction too. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, it's like kimono is like, everyone knows it's a Japanese word.
right.
And no, the problem that me and Margot said was that everyone is all up in arms, like talking about is this cultural appropriation, when at the end of the day, people should be more up in arms with the fact that it makes no sense. A kimono is like a type of cardigan, and she's making shorts.
Well, here's the thing. I think what was really frustrating people is that if this is successful, which it will because she's Kim, it's like people will start to associate kimono with shapewear. And like a kimono will start to be a
pair of shorts.
High-powered panties.
Right.
And you're taking away from like the culture and the history
That's
of it.
a good point.
So that I
Oh,
understand.
that's a good point.
I actually did not expect her to do this because I think they get flack all the time.
Right.
And they don't care, or they just do what they think is best. But I think it's like a big step that she's changing it. And I also I wasn't like totally sold on the name because it doesn't make a lot of sense.
No, it's like literally making a line of hats and calling them espadrilles. Like, it makes no fucking sense.
But your name is like the drill.
Right. Your name is like
S-Pod.
SP.
SV, yeah.
It makes no fucking sense, and that's what I was up in arms about, like the lack of fucking logicality of it all.
Yeah, so maybe we could like brainstorm better names for her because it's clear she doesn't have one yet, or else she would have announced it.
It's like you have to come up with like the word. It should just be called like Kimwear.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like literally, the less complicated,
Honestly,
the better.
this should be KKW Body.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, but she has like her fragrances. That's KKW.
I'm just
Body.
annoyed because I really feel like her making shapewear is like the move of the century, and I think it'll be huge for her. Like this is what she should have been doing all along, instead of when she was like making lighters. So I'm just
prayer candles that Luann caught so much shit for.
Right. I just like wish that like this had went off better, because now everyone's talking about like the drama around it, and they're not talking about like the sheer brilliance of this business and how I will be purchasing everything that they own.
I know. I'm still waiting for that body makeup to come back.
I know.
Fucking need it.
It's fucked up.
I needed it yesterday. My legs were like grandma purple, and it was not good. I can't wait to make a video of my before and after. Like, my legs are so crazy. I think she would repost it.
Oh my god, because you're like, you have the same legs as MJ.
No, I know. That's what
You're
I'm
so
saying. Like,
frail, like with your purple veins.
no, and like when I'm cold, like it's just bad. Anyways, I'm gonna make a whole before and after video.
I'm excited. I'll help you produce it.
Thank you. Also, how critical of a need do you think it is to have Spanx that only have one leg?
Not at all.
Okay.
I feel like that was smart though.
No,
when you wear a
but
slit.
launching the brand around that one concept like isn't groundbreaking, especially because it's not like the biggest solution to the world's biggest problem. But if it was a part of just like her catalog of, but she's really like putting the brand on the back of this idea, and I don't think it's like that life changing. But it is like a smart thing that nobody's done.
It's definitely like something every once in a while people have a problem with, but yeah, I don't know how critical it is, and like then you have to get both. Actually, no, you could just flip it around, right?
Yes,
Yeah.
I'm sure it's reversible.
Okay, that's good. That's good. Cool. Well, anyways, I love her, and
Me too, and I just want everything she does to be a huge success.
And I appreciate this moment of self-reflection and growth and doing better.
Amen.
So I hope you come up with a cool name. Fifth and final post. Lil Nas X comes out in Pride post.
Oh, I saw this and I was so shocked, and I just like loved the subtlety of his message, and I just think like he's such a good role model.
I agree.
Lil Nas X came out as a member of the LGBT community in a post on World Pride Day. The rapper behind the viral sensation Old Town Road told his Twitter followers on Sunday to take a close listen to his new song, Closure. Quote, some of y'all already know, some of y'all don't care, some of y'all not gonna fuck with me no more, he tweeted. But before this month ends, I want y'all to listen to Closure.
I just think like it's such a simple like way of coming out. Like some of you know, some of you don't, you won't even care, and some of you are fucking homophobes and you'll hate me. But whatever. I love that. And it's very brave of someone to come out like at their peak. You know what I mean? It's so easy to like be brave when nobody cares about you, you know? But like when you're at the top Billboard every year, crushing Taylor Swift #2, like, and you use that moment to come out, like that's fucking brave.
No, totally. And I feel like in all these movies that you see, when someone's at the top of their game, it's always like their management being like, people won't like you if you're like this.
Silence.
Yeah, like people want you to be like this. People won't like you, Ashley, if you put out music like this. And I'm sure there were those kind of people in his ear. Actually, does that even happen anymore? Because it's fucking 2019.
No,
like,
but it definitely does.
by like the Scott Borchettas of the world.
That's what I'm saying.
So this is dope, and I'm so happy for him.
Me too. And just like, I just am really, I love the message, but I love the delivery as well.
Also, did you see he posted a picture of the album cover, and he said, dead ass, I thought I made it obvious, because he's on his horse riding into a city, and one of the buildings is rainbow. And he like zooms in, he's like, I thought I made it clear.
Oh, that's funny. He's like, not, he's trying to be like the opposite of Taylor Swift, to be like overtly obvious, but ended up being so subtle.
Totally.
But it's like rainbows are the pride flag, but they're also just like a beautiful
Right, and
array
also
of colors.
It could have been just like an inclusion,
Yeah.
It could be anything.
That's
so
hilarious.
This is also a great segue for us to talk about Pride yesterday.
Oh my God, yes. It was fucking wild. I'm like so worried about the trash on the streets. Like it's all I could think about last night.
I know.
Oh my God. But we spoke to the cops, and they said, one, that this was nothing compared to New Year's Eve.
That's true.
But two, the sanitation department does clean it up. Because I was wondering, who cleans this up? Like, is it the cops? Is it the Doe Fund? Is it volunteers?
And because the parade was so delayed, like when we walked on 31st Street to get to our float, there were people who had been lined up for hours. Like they literally set up shop there. I saw people sleeping. Like they had their entire day's worth of trash there. Like New Year's Eve is just one night.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's like confined to like a few blocks, but there was floats on like how many?
Like 10
10 blocks.
yeah.
different avenues, and they're just waiting there. The parade was delayed 6 hours.
So crazy.
That it's like 6 hours worth of drinks, trash, and pizza.
And heat. And it rained.
It was crazy.
Yeah, it was a little disappointing just because, like, it's, first of all, it's New York Pride. Like, we're New York. Like, let's get our
It's
fucking
World
shit together.
Pride.
And moreover than that, it's World Pride. Like, people from all around the world came, like of all ages. Like, I saw so many people, like, from top to bottom, in wheelchairs, in canes, like, who just came because they thought it was so important. I'm like, you're gonna make them stand for an extra 6 hours? Like, are you kidding?
And so there's no way that every single float was able to go because we were there until about 9. The parade and our start time was 5:30.
No, our start time was 4:30.
Oh, was it?
Yeah.
And we still hadn't actually moved to the parade. We were like waiting in line to get to the parade, but the parade ends at 11. So like permits you can't parade after 11. Streets have to open.
So it's like all these.
There were people who had start times at 10 o'clock, like, and they definitely did not get to go.
And it's like companies big and small, like organizations who like raise the money to like buy the float. It's expensive. Like, it's really sad actually. Like, I wish that they would have cared more. Like, I did Pride 3 years ago, and there was a 2-hour delay, and I was like, are you fucking kidding? I'm like, this sucks. But like, that's just the way, all parades, nothing's perfect, and a 2-hour delay seems reasonable to me. But like, going on a 6-hour delay, like that sucks, especially when people who came from all over, paid a lot of money, might not even be able to end up going on their float. Like, that sucks.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and I don't know who to point the finger and point blame at. You know, I'm tempted to point it towards de Blasio.
Because when in doubt, de Blasio out.
But parades happen.
That's good.
Yeah.
Should I run for mayor?
But we can't blame him for things that he hasn't done or else it takes away from our...
That's true.
And parades happen all the time in the city, and they happen, and I'm sure there's delays, but like, this was on another scale, and it was clear that whoever organized it like did not prepare. It was like Fire Festival,
Okay,
honestly.
I'm like loving this quote that I just made up. Like, I want to get business cards and like just hand them out. Like, I'm running for mayor. How old do you have to be for mayor?
Probably like 35.
I don't know, but your next big opportunity is coming, and I think mine is too. I think I should actually run for mayor. All it takes to feel like you're ready to own the now is $10. So I'm gonna get business card made up, obviously from Vistaprint, because that's where all the finest, except for yours, all the finest business cards come from.
No, but at least
what was it?
They gave me
When in doubt, de Blasio out.
They gave me the creative freedom to like make my own fucked up business card. You know, I appreciate that. Like, no judgment. They were like, you do you. If you own a brothel, you're fucking Penelope Blossom. We're gonna make you a business card.
With Vistaprint, you can create a truly professional, unique card in minutes. Upload your own design or start with one of their professionally designed options, which is exactly what Jackie should have done. Vistaprint offers simple tools and a wide range of templates to choose from. Pick the paper stock, the style, and the quantity that's right for you. Vistaprint wants you to be able to own the now in any situation, which is why our listeners will get 500 high-quality custom business cards starting at $9.99. Use code TOAST at vistaprint.com. That's code TOAST, TOAST, at vistaprint.com, toast at vistaprint.com. Own the now, guys. When in doubt, de Blasio out.
Totally.
I love a good slogan.
Same. I fucking love Vistaprint. They've saved my life.
So you did not watch Kardashians, correct?
No, but wait, I still want to talk about Pride because one, I don't know the reason for the delay yet, and I haven't read my morning paper, so I'm hoping that the New York Times will spell it out for me. I'm sorry, the New York Post. I don't get the Times. Their font is like too small.
No, totally. The script, I can't.
But the TPG float was incredible. Oh, and we have our Patreon episode. It is up. I worked OT last night to get it up before midnight. So we did a get ready with us / behind the scenes of us at Pride. And it was so fun. And like, we were on 31st Street for 4.5 hours, 5 hours.
And 31st Street was it. Like, it was a fucking parade. It was so goddamn lit. We had pizza. We had wine. We had a float. We had TPG with pink hair.
We had music. We had Lady Bunny on the ones and twos.
Oh yeah, Lady Bunny, who by the way I like love because she respects the hell out of Taylor Swift. And I was just like watching her from afar because she's like truly iconic.
No, truly iconic. She played the best music.
Yes, she did.
Yeah.
And
a great catalog.
So while we were on 31st Street, like, I felt like we were in, the only thing we didn't have was like people in the stands. Like, actually people were sitting at restaurants watching us on the float, but like, we were parading on the float on 31st Street.
Right, we could have been down at Stonewall. I wouldn't have known the difference because we were so lit on 31st Street.
Right,
Yeah.
and just the TPG float, we flew with Quality Airlines.
We flew with Quality Airlines. TPG put so much effort into the float. Like, I loved the details. It was by far the nicest float I saw for a 10-block radius. Like, it was really well done, and it had a fucking roof, so we were not in the sun. Like, that I was so grateful for.
No, so grateful for. It was like cleany, steamy, prideful, and that's a word, right?
Prideful, yeah.
Full of pride.
Yeah.
Great.
I'm prideful.
And it was a really fun day. And even though it didn't plan out the way that we had all hoped, you know, we weren't the only ones that, like, plenty of people.
Yeah. And what was so crazy is like when we left the parade like 6 hours later, you had to walk a couple blocks to get to like where you could get a cab, and we were walking down blocks of people who were waiting, and like you would think like by the end of the day it's like the lesser known small brands. Johnson and Johnson was there. I don't think they ever made it.
No, and on our
the
block,
Red Cross.
On our block was Bumble,
Barry's boot camp.
like
The Visiting Nurse Society.
Visiting Nurse
They
Society.
had a lit float.
They had a lit float. They had the most premium drag queens I've ever seen in my life.
No, totally. And they played Ashley O.
Right. They had Kind Bar too.
Yeah. So like so many floats, so many people. And when we were walking, there were like we were 2 blocks away, and there were still floats. And I just like wanted to tell these people like you're never gonna make it. So
I didn't have the
I just
heart.
like I'm thinking of all those people today. Like I hope
they made it.
I hope
Justice-
their legs are okay.
Justice for everyone, justice for the people who came from out of town.
Yeah.
To march and like didn't
Spent
get
a lot of
chance.
money because it like was important to them.
Yeah.
That's it's sad.
And so like if New York City can't handle World Pride, then like don't volunteer. I don't
couldn't
know.
agree more.
You know,
We could not handle it
It's so
yesterday.
like I really want to blame our city, but I don't know that if it was the city's fault.
I don't know if they can pull off Times Square New Year's Eve. Like I think they can pull off pretty much
They
anything.
pull off the Puerto Rican Day Parade. They pull off the Israeli Day Parade. They pull
Yeah.
off parades all the time.
That's true. But I think this is like the biggest.
Yeah, there was millions of
I
people.
think they literally didn't say no to anyone who wanted to float, which is great because it's like you should include anyone who wants to be a part of it. But at some point, logistics have to count for something.
Right, and we could consolidate. We could have teamed up with Barry's.
I don't
Actually,
think
no. Our float was popping, but like Barry's and Bumble could have teamed up.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
a perfect match.
Yeah.
Put all this like skinny people together.
Totally. Maybe they'll date.
So I did watch Keeping Up with the Kardashians, but Jackie did not. So you watch it today, and then we're recording our final episode of the week tonight for tomorrow morning. So we'll recap Kardashians then.
Yeah, tomorrow will be podcast only. You will get everything that you need before you head out into the holiday weekend.
so excited for the holiday weekend. I was saying to Claudia yesterday, I was like, I'm so excited for holiday.
I need a holiday. Like I'm so excited.
Me too.
I'll miss the toasters dearly, but not while I'm just partying it up in the Hamptons.
I need a holiday, and I'm like not getting one.
I know you got uninvited from your holiday plans.
I got uninvited from my holiday plans, and like I'm gonna be in the city for the 4th, and then it's Friday. I'm not gonna go away after the 4th because then it's just to the weekend. It's Friday to Sunday.
Right, it's like not long enough.
Right, I'll be here sweltering like HMU. Maybe I'll do a YouTube tutorial or something.
Okay.
Maybe I'll get some work done.
Yeah, maybe use it as like a platform for productivity.
Right, but it's like hard for me to get work done when like no one's around. There's only so many things that I like. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So we'll see. But anyways,
Thank
we'll
you
be back
guys.
tomorrow. Oh, in case you were wondering, the Women of New York 1 had a scheduling conflict. They postponed. They'll probably be on after the holiday.
Okay.
But just today no longer work for them because there's so many of them.
Yeah.
So we're trying to get as many as we can.
Yes, we are because their cause is an important one and one that we can get behind.
I told them that we could fit up to 4 people. So
We'll work on it.
yeah.
Thank you guys so much for listening. What a crazy day. If this is your first time listening, welcome to the Morning Toast. We go live Monday through Friday, 10:30 a.m. Eastern time on YouTube. So if you're a YouTube gal, subscribe this, like it. We do videos many a time a week. But if you're more of a commuter, you like to listen to podcasts, The Morning Toast is available as a podcast as well on iTunes and the Apple Podcast Store. Just search The Morning Toast. We're also available on Spotify, on Stitcher, iHeartRadio, Public Radio, anywhere you can listen to podcasts. So subscribe over there. Tell a friend. Tell your mom. New episode of The Schvitz comes out tomorrow. And that's all we got. We'll see you guys in a podcast-only episode tomorrow morning.
And check out our newest Patreon episode, patreon.com/themorningtoast. We have such a fun Pride episode and the other podcast episodes this month.
We're
really
premium.
premium. If you need something for your road trip,
Yes.
head over there for conspiracy theories on how Chris Klein is Suri Cruz's dad. Mwah.